what was that assimilation, adjustment like for you? Because, you know, people like to lump the region and think we're all the same, but we are not.
Yes, that is so true. And that was my that was challenge I had. I thought moving from one Caribbean island to the other was just a breeze. You know, you're moving from Jamaica, warm sunshine, lovely people, everything, and you go to Trinidad, it's just the same thing. I came and met warm, wonderful people, but I didn't recognize that I would have had a cultural shock. I didn't recognize that socially, spiritually, and even in my work life, I would have had a challenge transitioning because I was involved in Jamaica. I was involved in church, at work, so many different community activities.
There she goes, frozen in time.
Oh, you know, exposing myself, extending myself to get my footing in Trinidad. And that was a challenge, making sure that I still felt like I belong somewhere.
I know. And people, I guess it surprised even you that would happen regionally, but it is a thing. And then you were here, you had your own HR practice here, you're building your own HR practice here.
That's it.
And then
That's it.
when you're going to Trinidad, is HR anywhere in the world. And so when you landed, you're like, what? No.
Oh, yes, Simone. And, you know, before I left, I had my budding practice, had my office in Kingston, and had my clients doing my training, coaching, all that kind of stuff. And coming to Trinidad, who would know me as a consultant? Nobody. So I had to take a step back to go forward.
Yeah.
I had to settle the children in. And then after doing that, I decided that I needed to go and work in an organization first. So I understand the lay of the land in Trinidad before anyone could know me or trust me as a consultant. So that's what I had to do. I had to step back to step forward.
Well, we often do. The step back is usually a setup for something better, eh? So tell me about that trajectory. Where did you end up working? For how long did you do that before you were able to head back into your consultative status?
Oh, okay, good. So I worked in several different organizations. First, I was with a credit union, and then I moved into a law firm, and that law firm never had HR before. So I was the pioneer. I developed their HR department, and I spent about 6 years there. And then I left and I worked at a regional financial institution. Most of you know JMMB.
Yes.
So I was the country chief culture and human development officer. Simple word, I headed HR for Trinidad's operations, JMB's Trinidad operations. And I also reported into group in Jamaica. So fortunately, I had an opportunity to travel back home for work. And then after I moved out of that, I went to National Flour Mills and I was a chief people officer. So I was managing the HR department right across the board. So I had executive positions in Trinidad. And in the background, I was still doing my consulting work. And then it came a time I said, so let me see if I can move back out. And here I am back in my consultancy, corporate options.
Fantastic.